It's 6:30. We're going to call the meeting to order. If you would all join Michelle Ross as she leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If you join me in the invocation. Glorious God, you are the maker of all things. As is customary, we thank you for the many blessings you have placed on us, your humble servants, and on the members of our community. As a community, we eagerly await Memorial Day, when we will celebrate the dedication and service of so many of our family, friends, and neighbors, and their selfless service to our nation. They are the men and women who make the Declaration of Independence live for each of us, and who, without their service, our Constitution and way of life would not be possible. Thank you for their service. As we approach the end of another school year, we reflect on the lives of so many children who have grown up with us in our community. And as they depart for future education, new careers, and service, we pledge to keep them in our thoughts and prayers. And we ask that you shepherd over them. Finally, we ask that you guide each of us in tonight's meeting to be the men and women you call for each of us to be, and that you continue to protect, preserve, and prosper our community, state, and nation. Amen. Bill, would you give me the citizens to be heard?
Yeah, I'll get it, Bill.
Mike Simpson, Mike, if you would give your name and your address, please.
Mike Simpson, 100 Ripple Creek. I want to thank the citizens of Shavano Park for turning out and voting. I want to thank the Neighborhood Watch for setting up the Candidates Forum, and the Women's Club for setting up the Meet the Candidates Night. Municipal government is democracy 101. I'm excited that people got out and voted, and I also want to thank everyone who ran the effort to get out and serve the community is just commendable. So thank you for the votes, thank you for the participation, and finally, thank you for the opportunity to serve.
Thank you. Okay, we're now on item number 4, City Council comments. Alderman Ross.
Welcome, everyone.
Alderman Heinzelman.
Good evening. Thank you very much for the opportunity to serve our tremendous city one more term. I appreciate the support and look forward to doing some great things the next couple of years.
Mary Ann Heisel.
Good evening. Thanks for coming out. Happy almost summer.
And Maisel.
Good evening, and thanks for coming.
Okay, thank you very much for being here this evening. We now go to item 5.1, Plaques of Appreciation, Arbor Day 2016. Republic Services, Tom Armstrong. Tom, if you'd come down. On behalf of our community, I want to thank you and Republic Services for your great support in our community. We look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you very much. Linda Rodriguez. Is Linda here for CPS? Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, Linda Rodriguez, and is Megan Lira here this evening? Okay, we want to thank CPS for providing our trees again this year. They've been supportive at that level for several years, and also want to thank Ms. Megan Lira for her support on the recycling of the electronic equipment. It's something that's been something nice for Shavano Park, and I know that everybody appreciates it, as well as the paper recycling for their businesses and their personal effects. Item 5.2, Proclamation, San Antonio Radio Club Field Day. And our recipient for that, come on down. How many years have y'all been doing this, Harold?
We don't know.
Let's go ahead and get the. Whereas the city of Shavano Park works with the San Antonio Radio Club to prepare for emergencies and licensed amateur radio operators have demonstrated their value in public assistance by providing emergency radio communications. And whereas for 96 years, these amateur radio operators donate their services free of charge in the interest of the citizens of the city as well as the world. And whereas these amateur radio operators are on alert for any emergency, local or worldwide, and practice their communication skills during the American Radio Relay League's Field Day exercise. And whereas this year's amateur radio field day for the city of Shavano Park, or for the city of San Antonio Radio Club, will take place outside the city of Shavano Park Hall on June 25th, 26th, 2016 for the 12th time since 2003. Therefore, I, Robert Werner, Mayor of the city of Shavano Park, hereby declare the week of June 25, 26, 2016 as Amateur Radio Week. Thank you very much.
Next time somebody asks me that question, I'm gonna say 2003. This is a letter addressed to you, Mr. Mayor, asking you to spread the word to the rest of the council and the citizens of Shavano Park. This is a public event, open to everybody, coming on down to see us, we'd be glad to have you. And I've also brought this President's Certificate of Appreciation for the city of Shavano Park, which I present to you.
Well, thank you very much.
I won't read the description, but
Okay.
it's pretty similar to what you said.
We will post it in the place where we post all of our proclamations and plaques, which is on the other side of where the ladies who are doing the election night are located. So we will post it there proudly. Thank you very much, sir.
We appreciate all that you do for us.
Thank you.
CPS here, Linda showed up here.
Mr. Rodriguez. Come on down, Linda. Thank you, Linda. On behalf of the city of Shavano Park, I want to thank you for your participation via CPS in our annual Arbor Day event. Y'all are certainly a very important part of that process, and we thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we have one more proclamation. I don't see anybody here that looks like they're 100 years old, and so I will sit down and read it. It's concerning Everett Crosby DeWolfe Jr. Mr. DeWolfe is going to turn 100 years old on the 20th of May. And we have a proclamation here to recognize him for his service as a World War II veteran, for his faithful service to his community and to his family, for all of his efforts with his church community. And we're very, very pleased to have him as a healthy member of Shavano Park. So if you see Mr. Everett Crosby DeWolfe Jr., please extend your congratulations to him. Also, I'd like to encourage y'all to give him a hearty round of applause so that when he views the YouTube video, he can know how much our city appreciates him. Okay, and then finally, recognition of Alderman Vicky Maisel. Vicky, let's go down to the front again, if you don't mind joining me. Alderman Maisel has joined us on City Council for the last 4 years, and we appreciate all of her contributions to the community. She has been instrumental in all of the Arbor Day activities and the other items where we look back as a city and we say, golly, this is part of what makes Shavano Park so very, very special. And on behalf, I present to you this token of our appreciation in recognition of your dedicated service to the citizens of Shavano Park and champion the vision of the city of Shavano Park to achieve Tree City USA 2016. Vicky, thank you very much. Okay, that brings us to item 6.1, discussion action resolution R 2016-010, canvassing the 2016 general election results. We have 3 candidates who have been elected. Has everybody had an opportunity to review the canvass results? If there's no discussion, do I have a motion concerning accepting the canvass results?
So moved.
Okay, I have Alderman Maisel has made the motion, and Alderman Ross has seconded the motion. If there's no discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. The motion carries. The canvass results are Alderman Heisel, 433, Alderman Heinzelman, 397, and Mike Simpson, soon to be an alderman as soon as we swear you in, at 392. Congratulations. Okay, if I could get Alderman Maisel, Alderman Heitzman, and Mr. Simpson. Come to the front. So y'all get to stand out in front, so everybody right there. Okay, if you would repeat after me, and then I will say aye, and then you will insert your name. In the name and by the authority of the state of Texas, I
In the name and by the authority of the state of Texas, I, Michael W. Simpson. I, Robert J. Heisel.
do solemnly swear or affirm
solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully execute the duties and the office of Alderman
that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of Alderman
of the city of Shavano Park, the state of Texas,
of the city of Shavano Park, state of Texas,
and will to the best of my ability
and will to the best of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States
and of this state and of the city of Shavano Park, so help me God.
and of this state and of the city of Shavano Park, so help me God.
So sworn. Congratulations, Alderman. Y'all have each signed your acceptance of office, and you will sign your oath before we leave this evening, and I will countersign your executions as well as certify your election to the state of Texas. Item number 6.3, discussion action appointment of Mayor Pro Tem. As an action that occurs every year after our annual election, we select a Mayor Pro Tem for the following year. The Mayor Pro Tem's responsibilities are to fulfill the obligations of the mayor in the absence of the mayor. Do we have any motions concerning our Mayor Pro Tem?
Mayor, I would nominate Alderman Heinzelman as Mayor Pro Tem.
Okay. Alderman Simpson has nominated Alderman Heinzelman. Do we have a second? Heinzelman. Do we have a second?
You want to do it? I can second that.
Alderman Heisel has seconded the motion. Okay. Do we have any other nominations?
I'd like to make a motion to nominate Alderman Ross for Mayor Pro Tem.
We have a motion to nominate Alderman Ross as the Mayor Pro Tem. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Alderman Ross has seconded the motion. Okay. All in favor of Alderman, are there any further nominations? There being no further nominations, all in favor of Alderman Heinzelman, say aye.
Aye.
All in favor of Alderman Ross, say aye.
Aye.
The vote is tied. Do we have any changes in your decisions? It is tied, 2-2. Okay, the mayor cast his vote in favor of Alderman Ross. Item number 6.4, public hearing. Public hearing to receive testimony and comments from the members of the public regarding a proposed amendment to Chapter 36, Table Number 1 of the minimum, for the minimum lot sizes in single-family dwelling districts 6, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5 PUD. It is now 6:48. We are opening the public hearing. Bill?
Yeah, so Table 1 in our zoning, zoning ordinance basically has single-family dwelling districts area restrictions. And it's currently written such that in zoning district A1 and A4, lots may not be less than 1 acre, and in 2, 3, and 5, not less than 0.7 acres. So it's a little unclear. I got a call from a resident, actually it was a realtor, who said, hey, look, my client's is looking at buying a house that's under 0.7 acres. What happens if the house burns down later on? Can he rebuild it? And because you've got an ordinance restricting that and so forth. So anyway, after going through, working with the attorneys and such, we have proposed clarifying language, which you've got in your packet here, which basically retains the same lot restrictions, but clarifies it by saying that all building lots platted or replatted after the effective date of this section shall meet the following minimum lot requirements, essentially grandfathering those lots that may be less than 0.7 or 0.1 acres. And just to kind of give you an idea, we looked at the map and said, well, these look kind of small. We took 90 properties and said, let's just do a random, it wasn't really a random, it was a focus search on what we appeared to be smaller lots, and 30 out of the 90 were not in compliance with either the 0.7 or the 1 acre. So we have a number of lots. I wouldn't say it's a lot more than 30 because we picked what we thought looked like the smallest on the Bexar County 911 district map, but that's kind of where we are. So we are proposing an ordinance to clarify that language there. And this is the public hearing in case there is somebody that wants to speak out for that.
Okay. Are there any citizens that would like to speak during this section of the meeting? If there are no citizen comments or concerns, we will close off the public hearing section of this meeting. It is now 6:49. Item 6.4, discussion action, ordinance O 2016-007, proposed amendment to Chapter 36, Table 1 of the, for minimum lot sizes for single-family dwelling districts A1, A2, A3, A4, A5 PUD. First reading. Bill, do you have anything that you'd like to add?
I don't really have anything else to add on that.
Okay. There are lots that are as small as a half acre in the A1 district, which would certainly be under the minimum lot size. There is also a lot that is 0.69 acres in the A2 that also does not satisfy the minimum lot size that has never been developed. And I believe that that is the lot that is in question that brought this issue to this point. Is that correct?
It could be.
Okay. Do we have a motion to accept as a first reading ordinance O 2016-007?
So moved.
Alderman Ross has made the motion to accept ordinance O 2016-007. Alderman Simpson has seconded the motion. We are now open for discussion.
I have one question.
Yes, Alderman Ross.
Charlie, as far as state law, I thought that you could only have a septic tank now on a lot that's an acre or more. Are they grandfathered because our lots were already smaller? Or is that not true?
I don't know.
Yeah, I looked at that issue, and the law changed in 1983, and all platted lots that were in existence as of 1983 were grandfathered based upon the amount of acreage that was platted at that time. So you could have a lot in Texas that might be a quarter of an acre and then get rolled into a city, and it would continue to be able to, they would be able to continue to have that without any problem. And so a 0.69 acre lot would be able to be developed.
Okay, just want to make sure.
And I would just add also that, not related to that question, But, you know, none of the aldermen or the commissioners who proposed this previously or have approved it, none of them are directly affected by this. Their lot sizes all are above this.
Okay, thank you very much. Is there any further discussion? If there's no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. The motion carries. Item 6.6, public hearing. Public hearing to receive testimony and comments from the public regarding the proposed replat of Shavano Park Unit 19C, Phase 3 PUD, lots 2053 and 2054 of the replat of Shavano Park Unit 19C, Phase 3, and are proposed to be replatted to create one lot. This is in the Huntington subdivision. It is now 6:52, and we're going to turn it over to Mr. Kossel, Dan Kossel of Denton Communities, to give us a discussion.
Thank you, Mayor and Alderman. Really, it's a basic, simple deal. We have two lots already platted and recorded, 2053 and 2054, and we have a buyer that wants to combine them and put one house on it. And that would be the resultant of a 3053 lot number. And I think it's currently meeting all your requirements, and it is. So we got to get rid of the lot lines and so forth, because you're going to build a house across the middle of the lot. It's just a big house.
Okay,
Nice house.
thank you very much. There are, do we have any citizens to be heard on this item? Okay, if there are no citizens to be heard, thank you, Mr. Kossel.
Can I add something to Alderman
Oh, yes,
Ross'
before we close.
question? And Mr. Zek can correct me, but I believe septic systems are regulated by the counties. So every county has a different regulation. Bear County has one that you can have a half-acre net of easements for septic systems. You go to Comel or Kendall or something like that, they'll have a 3-acre requirement. So it's very varied. It's not, I don't think it's regulated by the state.
Cool. I just didn't want anybody to buy a lot and not be able to build
I'm
on
just,
it.
just, that's my limited knowledge on that.
Okay.
Okay. It is now 6:54, and we're going to call to a close the public hearing section of the meeting. We are now to item 6.7, discussion action, proposed replat of Shavano Park Unit 19C, Phase 3 PUD, lots 2053, 2054. The replat of Shavano Park Unit 19C, Phase 3 are proposed to be replatted to create one lot. Do we have a motion to accept the replat?
So moved.
Alderman Ross has made the motion. Alderman Heinzelman has seconded the motion. Typically, there are two approaches to do this. One approach requires a public hearing. The other one, depending on where you are in the platting process, could involve just simply a replat of the existing lots. We're at the point where we're doing the public hearing. In prior occasions, planning and zoning has not had to go through the public hearing section because of where we were in the platting process. So this is a little bit different. Do we have any questions that anybody would like to direct to Mr. Kossel concerning the replat? Okay. Do we have a motion to accept the ordinance?
I thought we did that.
Oh, yeah, we did that, I'm sorry. Okay, is there any discussion for Mr. Kossel?
No.
Okay, the way you looked at me about asking for discussion, okay. Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the proposed replat of Shavano Park Unit 19C, Phase 2 and 3, lots 2053 and 2054. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. The motion carries. Thank you very much, Dan. Item 6.8, public hearing. Public hearing to receive testimony and comments from members of the public regarding proposed amendments to Chapter 36, Article 5, Board of Adjustments to implement Section 36-124 that will authorize the Board of Adjustments to grant special exceptions. It is now 6:56. Bill, do you want to?
I'd like
Well, we have
to,
a public hearing section.
Okay.
This is,
do we want to continue doing that? And if I ask my question, it might not matter?
well, you can always ask your question as a procedural item. So yes, you have the floor.
I'm just wondering if we want to table this until the rest of 36 is presented to us, because it's, the whole ordinance is not given to us.
Okay. Is this a motion to table, or are you asking me a procedural question concerning motions to table? Because we've already posted this for public hearing, which is going to be required for this to be accepted by Shavano Park, whether now or later. So we have to always post this. It's been
Yes.
posted. Are you making a motion to postpone?
I'd like to move to postpone this until we have the whole ordinance to review, because I think the accessory building part, and then there's some other discussion that I think we should have all together when we have the whole ordinance to view, not just part of it.
Okay, I'm going to ask you as a point of clarification on your motion to postpone to future consideration. Number one, what date would you propose? And number two, are you also proposing the motion to postpone on item 6.9?
6.8 and 6.9, the date would be contingent on whatever planning and zoning can get the other part of
Okay.
36 delivered.
We have a motion to postpone items 6.8 and 6.9 until such date as planning and zoning delivers the balance of the proposed changes. Do we have a second concerning the motion to postpone?
Second.
Alderman Simpson has seconded the motion to postpone. A motion to postpone takes priority over all discussions concerning any agenda items. All in favor of postponing until planning and zoning brings back the balance of the proposed changes for items 6.8 and 6.9, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. The motion carries. Items 6.8 and 6.9 are postponed. Item 6.10, discussion action fiscal year 2016-2017 budget calendar. City Manager Bill Hare, what dates are we looking at?
Okay, so we presented this last council, and the council's action last month was to approve a workshop scheduled for 6 June. So I want to affirm that, number one, and then discuss some of the other changes. Now,
Oh, I'm sorry. I want to also state that it is now 6:58, and the public hearing section of the meeting is concluded, because I had already opened the public hearing. Thank you very much. I apologize for that inconvenience. Bill?
okay, so you've got a staff summary, which I won't go over the staff summary. Then you've got in a Word document, a chronological listing of the proposed meetings associated with that. And then, of which I've highlighted two in yellow. One is August 29th, a Monday, and one is September 19th, which is a Monday. Those would be proposed movement of the regularly scheduled council meetings. Later on, the next agenda item is actually the action to take to approve moving the August regular scheduled meeting from the fourth Monday to the fifth Monday. Then you got a calendar, which I tried to visualize and show you which meetings we had in June, which ones we had in July, August, and September, so you could see. So again, 6 June, we had proposed a budget workshop where our primary focus would be on city goals, objectives, and any guidance you're going to give to staff. I will say that we had a meeting today with Whirling and Associates, who is the firm that's doing the compensation study. We have received, they've sent out the survey, 13 cities have responded back so far. There's more that are going to respond. And that I've asked them to be prepared to provide the survey results, which are pretty cut and dry. I mean, this is not the full-blown, here's your product for your budget purposes, but this is the survey results, and summarize that on the 6th. Because he will then you'll be able to get the survey, provide guidance, then he will go about developing the budget, the salary requirements and the steps and the so forth. So that would be the 6th. That would become two parts: the salary compensation results of the survey, and then the goals and objectives. Then the 27th is the next thing that I'd ask you to consider today, which is prior to the regularly scheduled meeting in June, conducting a workshop. I'm proposing 5 o'clock, but that would be an overview of budget basics, a redo, if need be, on goals and objectives, and we would take a short break and then do the council meeting. And then the next meeting would be a workshop scheduled for 20 July. Again, that's where we would propose to actually provide you the results of the comp study and the salary steps, as well as the grade level and whatever proposal he has there. Also, a review of the TRMS, the health benefits, capital items associated with that. And just to kind of tee you in, that would precede when we expect to receive the certified tax roll on the 25th of July, which then gives the Bexar County assessor 4 or 5 days to get calculate the effective and rollback rates and all those things. And then just to tee you up, 4 August is the city manager's proposed date where I present the budget to council. So you don't, and that's pretty much, that one needs to be locked in as soon as possible, the 4 August. The July one is not so necessary. Today I want to confirm 6 June, 27 June, and the 4 August timeframe.
Okay, and the 4 August timeframe is for posting purposes, and we can't adopt that at our June meeting when Alan's back?
I'm sorry? That's,
You-
well,
Is it necessary to set the August any date other than the 5 o'clock June date and to reconsider the 5 o'clock June 27th date and the June 6th workshop? Is there anything that we need to consider other than those 2 items this evening? Because we have one of our members that is absent. Its first meeting he's missed of any kind since he's been on council.
I think we can wait. Can we wait, Laura, on the 4 August? I mean, you really don't have very many choices besides
Yeah.
4 August. So we can wait until
Okay.
the next month, but I'm giving you,
On the 4th, he needs to be here because I will be in California.
okay.
So we need to be able to confirm that
That's
he is
fine.
going to be here so that we have enough votes. Okay? Okay, so city manager is requesting, do we need to take action on the June 6th, or are we just asking for people
You don't need to take action
clarify
on June
whether-
6th unless, there's a significant conflict. Alderman Simpson.
Alderman Simpson
was
was
the
not
only one
here
that did
to be
not,
a part of
vote.
that process. Are you available on the 6th?
Yes, sir.
Okay. He is available on the 6th. If nobody else has any problems with the 6th, I know that Alan's available on the 6th. Okay, so we're looking for a motion to have a meeting, a workshop on June the 27th at 5 o'clock. Do I have a motion to have a workshop June the 27th at 5 o'clock?
Second.
Alderman Heisel has made the motion. Alderman Ross has seconded the motion. If there's no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. The motion carries. Item 6.1, discussion action, move the August regular council meeting from August the 22nd to August the 29th in order to facilitate the budget calendar. Bill has already given us a discussion, a presentation. Do y'all need any further discussion from him concerning the same? If there's no requirement for further discussion with the city manager, do we have a motion?
So moved.
Alderman Ross has made a motion to move the regularly scheduled August 22nd meeting from the 22nd to the 29th. Do I have a second in the motion? Alderman Heinzelman has seconded the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. The motion carries. Item number 6.2, before we get to item 6.12, we're going to proceed to item number 7 without objection. Do I have any objection? Okay, item 7, all matters listed under this item are considered routine by the city council and will only be considered at the request of one or more aldermen. Coincident with each listed item, discussion will generally occur. We have items 7.1 through 7.6. Does anybody want to pull any of these for specific discussion at this time?
Question.
Yes.
Does 7.6 include the investment report?
That-
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be in item 8.2. Okay? Do I have a motion to proceed and to pass on all of items 7.1 through 7.6?
I would move we receive the city manager's report as submitted.
Okay? We have a motion to skip items 7.1 through 7.6. Do we have a second? Is that our consensus? Alderman Heinzelman, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Item 8, all matters listed under this item are considered routine by the city council and will be enacted by one motion. There will not be separate discussion on these items. If discussion is desired by any alderman on any item, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. Alderman Simpson, I'm going to recognize you concerning item 8.4.
I'd like to remove 8.4, please.
Okay. Is there a request to remove any additional items, 8.1 through 8.5? 8.4 has been removed. Okay, do I have a motion to accept items 8.1 through 8.3 and 8.5 as provided?
So moved.
Alderman Simpson has made a motion to accept or approve items 8.1 through 8.3 and 8.5 as provided. Do I have a second?
Second.
Alderman Ross has made a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. The motion carries. We will now turn to item 8.4, Quarterly Investment Report. Bill, are you going to talk about this, or would Laura be talking about this?
We can talk about it. What was the question?
It's not a question, just to point out to the rest of the council that we have 3 of our investments that are in contravention of our investment policy. They're being taken care of one at a time, but we need to note that those investments are over the FSLIC limit. And as they're being renegotiated at their maturity, they're going to get back under the insurance limit.
So what that really means is that we have a $250,000 CD. It gained interest last year,
Yeah.
and we rolled it over, and it's like $1,000 more. You can't correct that until you roll it over again. I just signed, Laura and I just signed as the investment officers, the rollover for one of them yesterday, actually, and they are going to make that at 249. And so that as we gain interest, it'll stay within the cap of the insurance.
Yeah, we knew that. We discussed it already. Thank you.
Okay. Do I have a motion to accept item 8.4?
So moved.
We have a motion from Alderman Simpson to accept item 8.4. Do we have a second on item 8.4? Alderman Maisel has made a motion to second item 8.4. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. The motion carries, which brings us back to item 6.12, discussion, report on litigation, Texas Ardmore Properties Limited et al. Versus Lock Hill Ventures LLC, case number 2014 CI 10796. This is listed as a possible executive session item. Do I have a motion to go into executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code, Section
Point of information.
551071? Yes.
Is there any of this report that can be discussed outside of executive session that's not attorney-client privilege or dealing with the litigation policy?
It is purely a litigation update and getting direction from counsel.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. We have a motion from Alderman Simpson that pursuant to Texas Government Code, Section 551071, that we go into executive session to consult with our attorneys to discuss Texas Ardmore Properties Limited et al. Versus Lock Hill Ventures LLC, cause number 2014 CI 10796. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. The motion carries. It is now 7:11, and we are retiring to executive session. I want to thank everybody for coming out, and I want to extend again from everybody on behalf of our community, congratulations to the newly elected council members. Please give them another round of applause. It is now 7:55. We are returning from executive session. There were no votes taken and no decisions made. We were in consultation with our city attorneys. Which brings us to item number 9, motion to adjourn. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Alderman Ross has made a motion to adjourn. Alderman Heiselman has seconded the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. The motion carries. We are adjourned.